Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and take pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Ahoy, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
The wasted world of sports, eh? The wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
The wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
There we go. Ahoy! Wasted world of sports. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Was I live this whole time? I'm glad I wasn't picking my nose or something. Anyways, welcome along. Champion, proud Wiradjuri boys. Malcolm, Tiara Falwasa, Devin Williams. Ahoy there. Welcome along, Nicole Feeney. Welcome to, you're going to hear me say this, welcome to a Warriors ambush. We're about to see a Warriors ambush before our very eyes. Warriors to win today. And let me tell you why I think that's going to be the case. Some interesting statistics. Okay. So, I'm sure that this hasn't happened extremely often, but teams coming off conceding 66 points the week prior, are a perfect 9-0 since 2008 in covering the line. The line's only plus 2.5. So that is a great value bet. The Warriors to cover the line. But most importantly, teams conceding 66 points since 2008 are a perfect 9-0 the following week. The Warriors themselves, it said here somewhere, are four. Here we go. New Zealand Warriors conceding 50 points. Conceding over 50 points has spurred the Warriors to perform well in subsequent games. They've won all four of their last games following such a heavy defeat. So the Warriors are 4-0 after suffering at least a 50-point defeat the week before. And we were talking about this on Wednesday night, the bounce-back factor. The bounce-back factor for the Warriors is clearly huge. And they're going to have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of determination to perform well over there in front of their home fans this week. So, not to mention that the Broncos are missing a couple. Payne Haas, obviously a big out in the forwards, gives the Warriors a huge advantage in the forward pack with no Payne Haas there. No offense to the rest of the team there, but Tyson Smoothie comes in at hooker. Billy Walters is on the bench. But Corey Jensen, Tyson Smoothie, Xavier Willison, Piakora, Kobe Hetherington, none of them can lift themselves to that level of Payne Haas. And let's not forget about probably the key absence for the Broncos. No Pat Carrigan. No Patrick Carrigan. So as much of an out as Payne Haas is, double down that out with Pat Carrigan. Forward pack advantage to the Warriors big time. They've got Fanua Blake, Wade Egan, Mitchell Barnett, Nia Corday, Dylan Walker, Jackson Ford. Notice I left out Kurt Capewell. So yes, that is my prediction for this game. The Warriors will rebound. The Warriors will ambush the Broncos. Not that it's really an ambush per se, but I don't know. Ambush is just what I say. An ambush is more sort of probably the Broncos would be expected to win. And the Warriors come out and play above their expectations. So it's not really an ambush because I'm anticipating the Warriors to win this game, and they are, of course, favourites with the bookmakers. Now, I've gone for a same-game multi myself. Nickel Clockstad and DWZ. The Big D, you can't go past the Big D. And Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford coming off the interchange bench, making an impact. I can see him running some good lines off Tamare Martin if the Warriors get close enough to the post. A Liam Martin-esque sort of try. The exact try that we saw from Liam Martin in Origin on Wednesday night. That's what I'm anticipating from Jackson Ford, just over the other edge of the field. Jackson Ford likes to lurk over on the left. Richard Trainer, ahoy mate. You left this game alone. I actually reckon this game's got some of the best value of the weekend. As the teams are coming out onto the park now. Well, hey, I got a little bit more of a pre-game chat than I expected. Gamer Mel, ahoy there. Ellis Williams, ahoy. So I did get a little bit more of a pre-game spiel than I usually do, so that was fun. Got to rattle off some interesting stats. The most interesting stat, of course, there, Richard. Teams who have given up 66 points, at least, are a perfect 9-0. 9-0 since 2008. 9 wins, 0 losses since 2008 for a team backing up from a 60-point drubbing. The Warriors themselves have done that on 4 occasions. Zastavelli, ahoy there. Getting ready for kickoff. Warriors, Broncos. Here come the Warriors out onto the park. I've just got to fix my screen up here. Have faith, Richard. Have faith. The stats say have faith. You sound like me with the Sharks, Richard. I had zero faith in them. Last night, even when they managed to fight back and send it to Golden Point. Well, I said fight back and take the lead, I should say. At one point there, the Sharks had a 2-point lead. And my whole commentary was, let's see what new and inventive way they find to screw this up. And of course they did, didn't they? Ready for kickoff in this one. Warriors, Broncos, Mel, ahoy there. Let's go. As I said, Mel, how about this for a stat? 9-0. 9-0. 9 wins, 0 losses, going back to 2008 for teams coming off a 60-point drubbing. The Warriors, in games where they've conceded 50 points or more, have won 4, lost 0 the following week. This game is the Warriors to lose. And it's going and if the Broncos win, it's going to rewrite some history. A little piece of history. This is a big first set for the Warriors, up over halfway. Nickel Clockstat, one of my try scorers. Oh, I'm kind of pumped for this game. Harris-Tavita puts it high into the corner. Pressure on the Broncos take. And very lucky to not give away a penalty there. The way that the referees have been cracking down on contact. It was a fabulous take. But this has been a great show of intent from the Warriors early. A perfect completion on the set. And it's up to the Broncos now to do the hard yards. What's my favorite beer? I would have to say probably up there at the top would be Asahi. I love Japanese beers, so Asahi, Sapporo. The kick down from Jock Madden inside the 40, taken on the full at the back by Montoya. Solid start here for the Warriors. "12 legs." Look, any same game multi where you miss by 1 leg is painful, but how painful is it when it's 1 leg in a 12-legger or a 10-plus legger? I've had quite a few of those in the baseball. Cutout pass puts Montoya into some space, but it's the Big D out there, and you're not going to outrun the Big D. The Big D will always catch up to you. 5th and last for the Warriors. Martin puts it high, no pressure on the take at the back. Tristan Saylor under it and picked up and driven backwards. They will start this 10 out from their own line. No, proud Wiradjuri boys. Reynolds is not back for quite many weeks yet. He is still, I think he's still at least 4 or 5 weeks off. I don't know. Reynolds, my understanding is Reynolds won't be back until like one or 2 weeks before the finals. So it's going to take a big effort for the Broncos to even get there. They'll be a completely different team when Reynolds is back. So if the Broncos can just creep into the 8, they should be a force at finals time. But without Reynolds steering them around, they do seem a little bit headless. So it might be tough for them to even get there. Warriors with the ball back in good field position here. Tackle 3, just shy of the halfway line. Running up the middle. They cut out Fanua Blake and go to Dylan Walker. Barnett puts the dummy on and beats the first tackle. Fifth and last, they're 30 out. They're just creeping forward every set. The kick taken by the Big D, who almost gets on the outside. That would have been interesting. We've got trouble here for Jack Gzlowski. And the Broncos' second rower being escorted off the field by the trainer. Oh, hey, I'll tell you a cheap and nasty beer that we used to drink back in the day, because sometimes it was all we could afford, was Hammer and Tongs. I think it's might be a Tasmanian beer. I'm pretty sure it's Australian anyway. As the Warriors spread it wide to Montoya, who dummies and almost goes through a gap. Oh boy, that was some nasty stuff. But you couldn't argue with the price. Hammer and Tongs. Knox Shorts, ahoy there, mate. Do you know how I said I go for the doggies? I don't specifically remember it. Sometimes I struggle, though, remembering who everybody goes for, as I'm sure you understand. Fifth and last. Harris-Tavita high into the corner. They are peppering this edge. As Sailor moves forward, loses it behind him. Madden dives on it. And the Broncos have it trapped inside their own 10. The Warriors, though, they'll have to start thinking about making hay while the sun shines. They'll need some points. Broncos go a few out to Willison. Just looking a little flat at the moment, the Broncos. Mind you, they haven't been allowed to really launch anything. Sailor finds some space from dummy half. Now it opens up in the middle, but the error comes. An error on halfway, and this presents the first real opportunity of the game to the Warriors. Some big defense from Harris-Tavita in midfield. And the Broncos attack just took a cheeky little look up at the defensive line there. Harris-Tavita puts on a good hit. Scrum down for the Warriors. They will have a full set inside Broncos territory. Scrum down, they go left-hand side. Adam Pompey takes the first tackle. They're 40 out from the line here, the Warriors. Golden opportunity. Curtis Capewell earns a set restart. Fanua Blake in midfield. Backs into them. That's tackle 1. Broncos defense holding firm at the moment. Just the one missed tackle. Tamate Martin, loose pass. Well picked up by Tuivasa-Sheck. Barnett puts the head down. Oh, he's solid, Mitchell Barnett. They need some points here. The Warriors, this would be huge for their confidence and for this game moving forward. Walker in at first receive. Out to Tamate Martin. Holds the pass up for Harris-Tavita, who steps back inside. Fifth and last. Still 10 out. Dummying down the blind side. They go open to Tamate Martin, who puts the grubber kick in. It's lost backwards by the Broncos. Oh, and offsides from the Broncos. The grubber kick through from Tamate Martin has rebounded off a Bronco into another Bronco, and it's an offside penalty. The Warriors, a repeat set. It is a gift 2 points. If it were a penalty. little bit of treatment going on in back play. So proud winner Jury Boys says, where do I think Addo Carr will go after 2025 as the Warriors launch a short side attack? They had numbers to the left, but Egan goes on his own. Wade Egan tries to get over. And that's tackle one. Half a metre out. The Warriors pile on the attack. Crash balls. Barnett puts the head down. Barnett's over the line. They hold him up. He keeps his feet. And he'll play the ball on tackle 3, a metre out. Tamate Martin again. Beautiful ball right onto the chest of Harris-Tavita in a gaping hole. And the Warriors score first. 4 points to 0. Kick to come. Harris-Tavita. 4 points to 0. The Warriors with the first try. Oh, what did I tell you? The ambush is on. The ambush is on. Don't get too carried away, though, because remember, the Warriors are pretty good at racing out to early leads and then surrendering them later on. And this will not be an easy conversion. Probably about 10 metres in from touch. This attempted goal. So where do I think Josh Addo-Carr will end up in 2025? Oh, interesting question. I mean, surely if you're the Doggies, you try and keep him on a short-term contract. He might not want a short-term contract, though. So it'd be interesting. I would have to honestly look at the players coming off contract and see who's got an opening in the outside backs. I mean, anybody would want, I'm sure, a Josh Addo-Carr on their roster. Just for the experience and the learnings that the younger players can have. As Adam Pompey moves in, strikes it well, and it's straight down the middle, and the Warriors lead 6 points to 0. 11 minutes gone, and it has been all the home side. Jojo Rabbit, thank you very much for the compliment. Stacey La just says, yay. Very excited Warriors supporter there. Mel says, let's go, boys. And Takar Joel Elijah says, up the Waz. And Ivan Storm in with another hugely lopsided prediction as the Broncos restart. 6 points to 0 early in this one. Warriors playing well. Can they keep it up for the full 80? Time will tell. Mark, ahoy there. Mark, chances are you probably can't watch it live on YouTube. And even if a channel does present the game live on YouTube, they'll get taken down pretty quickly because it's illegal to do it. Dylan Walker up over halfway on the 5th and last. This is a solid set for the Warriors again. Staying on this near side, Tamate Martin puts it high. Under it is Jesse Arthurs, but he is swarmed by Warriors defenders and driven backwards. And the Broncos once more will start this set inside their own 10-metre line. Mandy says up the Waz. Lots of support for the Warriors in the chat room, it seems. 66% possession at the moment in favour of the home side. No, Sean Johnson's not playing tonight. Tamate Martin has the number 7 on his back. Sean Johnson played injured last week, and that proved to be a big mistake, didn't it? 5th and last for the Broncos. Madden from inside the 40, but perfectly positioned at the back is Montoya. Bringing it back for the Warriors. The home side boos as Witteni-Zelezniak brings it up over halfway. They're not booing Witteni-Zelezniak, by the way. They're booing that the Broncos might have been a little bit offside. And a huge run forward from Niakorde. Walker in at first receiver. Dummies goes on his own. Fifth and last. They're 25 out here again in midfield. The Warriors. An attacking kick from Harris-Tavita. It's a little too heavy, is it? No, it's perfectly placed. And the Broncos spill it out the back. It's lost forward. It's lost backwards. It's lost sideways. It's lost everywhere. And Tristan Saylor gets there to knock it dead. It's going to be a goal line dropout. Hasn't been lost forward by the Warriors, though. That might be the only thing that saves the Broncos here. The big D, Dane Mariner, gets up, takes it, loses it backwards. Do the Warriors get a touch on it now? It's then knocked backwards again by Jesse Arthurs. Oh, it's been knocked on by Dane Mariner and then knocked on by the Warriors. Initially knocked back by Dane Mariner and then knocked on by Dane Mariner before it was touched by a Warrior's hand. Surely. So this could be a scrum down. Warriors will have the ball back, you would think. No, they've gone goal line dropout. They've gone goal line dropout Broncos. Oh, well. Same, although a scrum in that position would have been immense for the Warriors. And the Broncos go along with the restart. Barnett fires into them. Luke, ahoy there. Mandy says score another try. Well, they're looking likely at the moment here, the Warriors. On the attack, 20 metres out in front of the posts. A 6 again to boot. A set restart. The Broncos have just been under the pump for this entire first, 15 minutes of the game. Another set restart. It's still tackle one. Out the back it goes. Tamane Martin holds the pass up for Nickel Clockstad. And the Broncos defense reads it well. Cobbo and Ezra Mam in combination. Darting out a dummy half, Tuivasa-Sheck tries to draw in defenders. Can't. Walker in at first receiver. The crash ball to Fanua Blake. He is millimetres short from the line here, Fanua Blake. 2 tackles up the sleeve. Numbers to burn out to the left, but they can't release it. Fifth and last, a metre short. Dummy in and diving over from dummy half is Tamane Martin. Who needs Sean Johnson when you've got this young kid coming through the ranks? Tamane Martin scores. The Warriors lead 10-0. Kick to come. I'll drink to that. Warriors on fire. Oh. This has been an incredible start for the home side. "15 minutes. It's been near perfect. But we've seen this before. We have seen it many times before from the Warriors. Perfect starts and then dropping off in the second half. They've got to keep it up today because they've got a big point to prove. People have been writing them off. Not me. I haven't been writing them off. Very similar position for the kick for Adam Pompey. So he's had practice at it and he kicked it. Pompey moves in, strikes this one well. It stays just inside the left-hand upright. There's the Joker. And the Warriors lead 12 points to 0. Reed Nichols, ahoy mate. 12 points to donuts in favour of the Warriors. And there, Jack Gazlowski, the Broncos' second rower, in a sling in the changing rooms. Broncos get us back underway. It has been all Warriors to start this match. The Broncos, I don't think, have started a single set outside their own 10-metre line. And they go wide early to the Warriors. Some space for Montoya. Puts the fancy footwork on. But the big D brings him down. 35 out from their own line on that far sideline. Capewell, the former Bronco, the former Panther, the former Shark. Dylan Walker takes them back into Broncos territory. Fanua Blake, ball playing. Out the back to Tamare Martin. Fifth and last, inside Broncos territory once more. Martin on this near side. Thumps it high. Was he taken out after the kick? Yes, he was. This is a penalty right out in front. And this is a gift two-pointer. But I dare say, oh, this is a big call. It's a gift two right out in front. Tamare Martin was taken out by Ezra Mam after the kick illegally. Gift 2 points if they want it, but I'm actually at the stage where I might say, keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on here. And that's exactly what they're doing. They tap and go. They are keeping the pressure on. They want more points. 10 out from the line. Fanua Blake. Didn't really wind up there, Fanua Blake, to his usual standard, but he still goes within half a metre of the try line. Martin with the inside ball to Capewell. Capewell's half a metre out. Broncos goal line defence holds firm. They're offside on the left, but the Warriors go right. Walker, dummies. Tackle for in front of the post here, a metre short. Barnett's a decoy on the crash ball. Out the back to Martin. Nickel Clockstead slips and they've lost some ground. Fifth and last, 15 out. Martin, crossfield kick. It's a little short of the try line. It's tapped back from the Warriors and lost forward now from the Broncos. And it'll be 6 more tackles for the Warriors and more pressure. This is just unrelenting. The pressure that the Warriors are piling on here. Forcing the Broncos into mistakes. Scrum down, midfield, 12 metres out. More pressure incoming. 72% possession to the Warriors so far. And they've got numbers. They just need to draw and pass here. Pompey gets the pass out to Montoya, but the Broncos did extremely well there to number up, using their pace to get across in defence. It was a clear overlap, but Pompey just couldn't get on the outside of Staggs. Egan goes from dummy half. He's over the line. He's held up. Egan goes back to the 10-metre line for a play of the ball. And the Warriors get a set restart. Dylan Walker, tackle 1. Right in front of the post. Barnett on the decoy again. Martin, dummies. They don't fall for it. Broncos defence holds firm. Staying on the short side. Egan to Nickel Clockstead. To Pompey. Pompey with 4 defenders on him. Fights for the line. Centimetre short on tackle 4. Martin to Walker. Flat pass to Fanua Blake, who spills it in contact. And the Broncos, yes, that's going to fire the Broncos up. The mistake, the defence has held firm. And Selwyn Cobbo in particular knew how big that was. Applauding the efforts. That is a big let-off. Big let-off. I reckon the Broncos, honestly, might have been done. It's still comparatively pretty early in the game, but I reckon they might have been done there. 18-0. But the defense holds. It remains 12-0. And can that spark the Broncos into something? No, it can't, because Selwyn Cobbo has knocked it on tackle 1. Selwyn Cobbo has just dropped the ball, and the Warriors get it straight back. Oh, this is absolutely incredible. That was the chance for the Broncos to finally clear their own line. And Selwyn Cobbo spills it. 20 out from his own line on tackle 1. Warriors go straight back onto the attack. 10 out from the line. Fanua Blake, that's a much better run from Fanua Blake. Half a metre short. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, he's hurt. Fanua Blake clutching at his ankle. Struggles to get up and play the ball. Tamare Martin puts the step on, fires it out to Watene-Zelezniak, and the one-on-one hit from Jesse Arthurs, forcing the mistake. The short pass was the one there for Tamare Martin. If he goes short, the Warriors are in. He knows it too. He threw the Hail Mary pass out to the wing for Watene-Zelezniak. But Arthurs was there, had him marked. They're just falling off a little bit here, the Warriors. The mistakes creeping in. It's very difficult to play at the type of intensity they started this match with for the whole match. But at least their mistakes are happening down the Broncos' end of the field. At least. I mean, that's some small consolation, isn't it? Not making mistakes in their own end. Now's the chance for the Broncos at last. As the Warriors are up offside, and that's a few mistakes in a row now for the Warriors. They've got to be a little careful. They have been so dominant to only lead 12 points to 0. They don't want to throw it away here. And the Broncos, with their first set of 6 inside Warriors territory, go down the short side, and Ezra Mam opens them up immediately. Front foot ball here for the Broncos, 15 out. Jensen. This would be a massive moment in the game. The Broncos, their first opportunity. If they could find themselves somehow only trailing by 6 points, then that would be insane. This is their first opportunity. Jensen just has a settler on tackle 4. To the left of the uprights. 5 out from the line. Madden out the back to Saylor. Tristan Saylor puts the grubber kick in on tackle 4. Wrong option. Warriors dive on it and have it back. And what a let-off. Tristan Saylor on tackle 4. The kick was not the option. They had a tackle up their sleeve. And the Broncos, they've just been guilty of this in recent weeks, haven't they? Just wrong play selection. But you've got to remember, they've got an extremely young team without Adam Reynolds there to steer them around the park as the Warriors come up with another mistake. Xavier Willison has the ball for the Broncos on halfway. Warriors just starting to fall off a little bit here. They've got to be so careful. They don't want to undo all this great work they've done to start the match. But they're certainly threatening it at the moment. Muddy Tapau is on for the Broncos. They're 40 out from the Warriors' line. Saylor out the back to Staggs. Staggs to the big D who spills it. It's another mistake from the Broncos. They're not having a happy night here, the Bronx. Mel says the Warriors have come out firing. Let's get it, my boys. That could have been what did it, Mel. Your comment there may have just jinxed them. Because for the previous, 5 minutes? No, 5 minutes might be a bit too long. The previous few sets, anyway, the Warriors have really fallen off. 13.5 minutes to go till half-time. It is the Warriors, though, still well on top. Some more points, though, would just really solidify the domination that they've had. Walker has Barnett running off his hip. Walker again in at first receiver to Martin. A great line there from Niakore. The crowd thinks he's copped a high one there from Tapau. Now space on the left again for the Warriors. Pompey to Montoya. Steps back in field. Beats Katoni Staggs. And it's the fifth and last. Inside the Broncos 10. Martin with the grubber kick through. It beats Tristan Saylor. It sits up in the end goal. And Harris-Tavita is claiming it. Harris-Tavita has potentially got a double here. It's gone up as no try. The kick in behind has taken a horror spin for Tristan Saylor. And it sits up in the end goal dangerously. Oh, it's off Marty Tapau. It deflected off Marty Tapau. Okay, Tristan Saylor had the ball covered. But Marty Tapau swung his leg out, which caused the deflection. Oh, I don't know if they can give this. It's gone up as no try. And I don't know if you could say there was any grounding on this anyway. Oh, yes, you can. That angle proves it. And this is a second try for Harris-Tavita. Harris-Tavita gets his second and the Warriors lead 16-0. Kick to come, and it has been the Harris-Tavita show. Sheck, ahoy mate. It's funny what a 66-6 drubbing does to a team. Very rarely are teams that consistently bad for more than a week. Exactly right, Sheck, and this is what we discussed in the pregame. In the pregame, I shared a very interesting statistic. Let's see if I can find it again. I'm not sure. I think I closed it. And it might still be open here. Yes, okay. This is what we shared in the pregame, Sheck. Teams coming off conceding 66 or more the week prior are a perfect 9-0 since 2008, the following week. The Warriors have won all of their last 4 games following a defeat of 50 or more points. They are the rebound kings, the Warriors. The bounce back kings. And they lead this one 16-0 with the kick to come. Pompey is getting closer and closer to that left-hand upright with each and every kick, and he finally nails it, and it bounces away. Missed conversion, 16 points to 0. Seriously, all Pompey's conversions have been on that far side of the field. The favoured side for a right foot kicker. First one goes straight down the middle. The second one just crept a little bit further over to the left, and this time he has absolutely nailed the left-hand upright. So based on that, I would anticipate his next conversion hooks off ever so slightly to the left. Broncos get us back underway. 16 points to nil. The Broncos have had a grand total, I think, of like 2 tackles inside the Warriors' 22. Wade Egan thought he spotted some space. And just like that, the Warriors are up to halfway. And, Dylan Walker spills the ball. Drops it on the halfway. Broncos ball. They're going to challenge. He doesn't seem confident, though, Dylan Walker. So why challenge it? Mind you, it seems like the times when the players aren't that sure is when the challenges work out. More often than not, doesn't it? Michelle, we did indeed predict this. We certainly did. Okay. I don't think the Warriors were challenging. I think Dylan Walker was just putting his hand up, apologizing. Like, yep, this one's on me. Alfie Langer's on the field. Of course he is. Give him the ball. Madden out the back to Sailor. Sailor, for some reason, doesn't kick this time. That'd be a welcome sight for Broncos supporters, I'm sure. Geez, Tristan Sailor, hasn't he been disappointing? He had, I thought, an amazing game. His first one of the season, I think it might have been. First one at fullback, anyway. It was quite a while ago now, wasn't it? The kick is lost back by the Warriors, and the Big D dives on it. The Big D dives on the loose ball, and the Broncos have scored. The Big D's over, and that is the first tick off the multi. And the Broncos are back. The Big D penetrates the line. The ball beats everybody from the Warriors. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I can't put that beer stein up just yet. I can't put it up just yet. I think we're going to see the TMO intervene here. One of the Warriors defenders looks to have been taken out. One of the Warriors looks to have been taken out in defense. Although it looks like it's been confirmed. Hang on, can I put this up? Is this a... Yes, it looks like it's been confirmed. Okay, tick on the multi. Confirmed. Katoni Staggs with the conversion attempt. Hooking back around, and it just shaves in. 16 points to 6. And the Broncos, a little bit of luck goes their way. And that could be all it takes to spark them into life. 16-6 at the halftime break will be a shocking result for the Warriors. The Broncos would go into halftime the much, much happier of the two teams. I mean, they have just not been in this contest at all, the Broncos. And in only their second trip down into Warriors territory, they come away with some points. 7 minutes until the break, though. There's going to be a chance for more points. And we've got the first tick off our Same game multi. And a penalty to the Broncos. Yes, the momentum has just shifted. You feel these momentum shifts that happen throughout a game. And the Broncos, they just needed that little piece of luck. And they are straight back down into Warriors territory now. Why is Katoni Staggs kicking? Why wouldn't he be? I guess is the other question. I don't know who else would take the kicking. Tackle 3, Broncos on the attack. More points here would just be devastating for the Warriors. Yeah, well, Adam Reynolds is out injured for about another 7 weeks, so he's not an option. 5th and last, 10 out from the line. Madden out the back to Saylor. Saylor puts the grubber kick through, and Nickel Klogstad is there to swoop on the loose ball, but it's a goal line dropout. Warriors. A result for the Broncos, who are suddenly putting the Warriors under the pump. After 70 minutes of Warrior domination, this game is suddenly looking very, very close. They go short with the restart. The Warriors backing their defense here. It's loose out the back for the Broncos, and Ezra Mam spills it, and the Warriors have it. And there is a short dropout that has paid dividends. And a penalty now to back it up. Careful there, Wateni Zalesniak, almost giving away the penalty back as he lashes out at the Broncos. That was a huge, huge error from Ezra Mam. Four and a half to go till the halftime break. The Broncos were just starting to wrestle momentum back and actually get on top in this contest. So that's a huge mistake from Ezra. Jazz Tavunga's on the field, and the Warriors on the back of that penalty with 4 minutes to go till the break have the ball 20 out from the Broncos line. Harris inside to Barnett. 6 again. They could stamp some authority back on this contest with a try of the Warriors. They've got numbers out to the left. Harris-Tavita's going to get a hat trick. Chanel Harris-Tavita with a hat trick of tries in the first half. There were decoys out the wazoo, so it'll be interesting to see if this try gets confirmed. The Broncos players don't seem to be blowing up. But we'll have a look at some of these lead runners. No issue there. Might be an issue there with that one. Tamare Martin. Tamare Martin, I think it is, who's run through. And this will be no try. The TMO is going to get involved here, and this will get scrubbed out, and it will be a penalty to the Broncos. So here we go. Jazz Tavunga was fine. It's this second decoy. The second decoy coming through the line has taken out Jock Madden, I think it is. And I'm afraid this will be no try. Yep, up to the bunker it goes. And once it goes up to the bunker, it's pretty much 100% return rate that the try is going to be disallowed. Penalty Broncos, no try. TMO confirms. And it remains 16 points to 6. Harris-Tavita does not get his hat trick. And to the letter of the law, there was no choice there. Absolutely no choice in that decision. So it remains a 10-point margin. The Broncos will be quite relieved about that. And Staggs takes tackle 1. He's driven backwards, Staggs. Oh, this has fired up the Warriors. Staggs is driven backwards and loses the ball. It'll be a penalty to the Broncos, though. Penalty to the Broncos. That was a huge defensive effort from the Warriors that's been penalised. A minute and a half to go, and this brings the Broncos right back into range. 40 out from the Warriors line. A little bit of a dubious penalty, that one. That was one of those penalty Broncos type of penalties, that one. A shocker. A minute to go till the halftime break. Smoothie. To Sailor. To Staggs. Staggs is tackled on the far sideline. Hetherington in midfield. 5th and last. This is it. Warriors, important that they hold on here. Critical that they hold on. Madden to Ezra Mam, who puts the kick through. The Warriors have lost it. Play on, says the referee. It was off the legs. It was off the legs, and the Warriors do hold on. They'll go to the halftime break with a 10-point lead. Look, the Warriors will be happy. They'll be disappointed that they've given up that 6 points. And for the Broncos, it could have been so much worse. So it's not like the Broncos are going to be devastated. Still anybody's game in their second half. And that will be halftime. Whoa, an intense first half. The James, ahoy mate. An intense first half. And the Warriors lead it 16 points to 6. It could have and probably should have been so much more. And the Broncos, I thought that try might have sparked them into something, the Broncos. I was really concerned about that. As someone who tipped the Warriors to win this game, I was very concerned about that Broncos try. But the Warriors seem to have regrouped. And they finished that first half strong. Some questionable decisions starting to go the way of the visiting side. But 10 points, is it enough? That'll be the question. Is it enough? Considering the sheer weight of domination that the Warriors had for a majority of that first half, is that going to be enough? 10 points. We'll find out. Second half. Coming up after this on the Wasted World of Sports, I'll have myself a quick break and we'll be back.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and take pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, the wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
All right, halftime here. 16 points to 6 in favor of the home side, but with 64% possession, don't know that they would be overly impressed with that, the Warriors. They still need to go up a gear in the second half. Messi Fan Edits, thank you very much for the sub there. But still, it's been a fantastic start for the Warriors. Knee Crumbler, ahoy mate. Warriors going to win by 1,200. Jeez, and I thought that Ivan Storm had an ambitious prediction. Reed Nichols says, "Go Warriors!" Yes. Leading at halftime, but geez, what did I say? 64% possession. Is 10 points enough? I don't know that 10 points is enough. We'll have to wait and see. Could still potentially go anyway. Multi is okay, I suppose. Multi's looking all right at the moment. Nickel Clockstedt, Wateni Zalesniak. Mel says every game. we get a try or 3 disallowed. I'm not so much bothered by the disallowed try on this occasion, Mel. Just speaking about it. Yeah, I mean, look, if you make contact with those lead runners, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that your message there is suggesting that it shouldn't have been disallowed. I'm now just rolling as a talking point on what you've said there. I do believe that one was correct, because if you make any contact at all with the defensive line as a decoy runner or a lead runner, however you want to call it, then you're pretty much flirting with danger every single time. So, look, I think that was probably the right call. The one that bothered me was the Broncos try. Now, I've got Dane Mariner in my multi, and this is where I was headed with this, Mel. Speaking about tries disallowed and whatnot, I still don't understand how that Broncos try didn't get a closer look from the TMO. Because whilst I'm happy, because Dane Mariner scored a try and I've got the big D in my same game multi, he very, very clearly had a hand on Montoya's jersey and pulled him back. And if you see the replay, Montoya immediately jumps up and appeals to the referee. You know, he ripped at my shirt. He pulled me back. And that gave the big D the advantage in the chase to the ball. Now, that said, I'm a very happy camper, because that was a big part of my multi, was the big D. But still, it was interesting that they got away with that without even a look. And the Warriors' tries have all been pretty intensely scrutinized, haven't they? Almost as if they're looking for reasons to not award the Warriors' try. So, yeah, interesting, because they are the Broncos. Well, this is true. I'm trying to be a little more impartial today, but yes. Almost every game that happened. It reminds me, once I went to a Super Rugby match between the Reds and the Hurricanes a few years back. And I swear to God, okay, so obviously Queensland were the home team, but honestly, it was just it got so ridiculous at one point, because every time Queensland got over the try line, referees like, yep, try. And every single time that the Hurricanes went over the try line, the referee would call for the TMO. I just think to myself, at least try and pretend. At least send a couple of the Queensland ones up as well. Anyway, the Hurricanes still ended up winning by about 40 points to 22 or something. But it was incredible. I had never witnessed anything quite like it. Anything so blatant. Just every single one went up. Like they were looking for reasons not to award it. Been crazy. Well, it should be a good second half. I don't know that the Warriors will be overly thrilled about a 10-point margin. Oh, knee crumbler. Knee crumbler. Cheers, mate. Oh, hang on. I've got to get my shot bottle. The knee crumbler firing in, making my day with the super chat. Cheers, my friend. Knee crumbler says they should make head-high tackles legal. You know, like they used to be back in the day. Right? The good old days. When players were tough. Who was, actually, I think it might have been Matanonu was the first player that I particularly recall wearing the eyeliner, like, stylistically, if that's a word. Lots of players back in the old days, they used to wear the, whatever it was that they used to put under their eyes, which I believe was for the lights. That's what they always said anyway. The black paint under the eyes, but it clearly wasn't a style thing. They would just put dobs of this stuff. And it was something to do with the lights in nighttime games. But I think Matanonu is really the first footy player I recall who actually, like, really pristinely... And I'm not taking the piss of him. I used to wear eyeliner on my Intoxigamer streams when I was going for that whole goth look. So I'm certainly not taking the piss. Anyway, how did I even get onto that topic? I don't remember. Oh well, second half is underway here. Warriors, Broncos. We've got more important things to discuss now, I guess, than players' makeup habits. And it is the Broncos with first use of the ball. It'll be a pretty big statement in this second half if the Broncos get over the line first. The kick down is picked up by Montoya. Passes off his own goal line to Nickel Clockstadt. And the Broncos have started this second half much like the Warriors started the first, keeping them pinned down inside the 10-metre line. That'll be interesting. Big run here from Tuivasa-Sheck, I think it is. Puts the big dart on. That was a great run. And that gives the Warriors some great forward momentum. Mark Leishon, ahoy mate. They go up over halfway. A great run here from Wade Egan. Stealing some meters. Fifth and last to Powell. Holds on a little long there. Fifth and last. The ball is high from Harris-Tavita to the corner. No pressure at the back, but still managing to make a complete mess of it is the Big D, and they keep him in the end goal. And that's going to be a goal line dropout, a result. Oh no, play the ball. Well, how was it not a knock on even? Oh, the crowd has erupted in a chorus of boos. I mean, surely that was a knock on for starters, and even if it wasn't, surely he's been tackled in goal. And that is a huge, huge call in the favour of the Broncos. They are still under the pump. But I tell you what, if they get a penalty here in this set, a piggyback out of their own 10-metre line here, like that, for a high contact, and this is now just nonsense. This is just nonsensical. How is that not a knock-on? How is that not tackled in goal? And then the Warriors did the only thing the Warriors couldn't do, and that was give the referee no reason but to blow a penalty late in the tackle count, and that lets the Broncos right off the hook. I mean, look, it was clearly high contact. The referee was left with no choice, but the Warriors, that was the last thing they could have done. That was a painful little sequence of play to watch all round. A 6 again now on halfway. Cobbo dummies and goes straight through. And here come the Broncos. Cobbo down the sideline. Fires it back in field for Ezra Mam to score. He can't get it down. Oh, Watene-Zelezniak with a try-saving tackle. Ezra Mam has busted his ankle as well in the process. Watene-Zelezniak with an absolute try-saver. Ah, well, as a matter of fact, it's all for nothing anyway. The referee's called it a forward pass. The referee, while all that is going on, the referee is standing back on the 10-meter line, blowing a forward pass against the Broncos. But Ezra Mam is down in back play. In the efforts of trying to score that try, Ezra Mam, it doesn't look too severe. He's not wincing in pain or anything like that. But Kevin Walters, much like the rest of us, keeping a keen eye on it. He's all good. He's up. Ezra Mam's up and hobbling back into position now. Jeez. Look, I don't want to sound like a sourpuss, but some of these calls, like at the back end of the first half and now the opening 5 minutes of the second half, some of these calls that are favouring the Broncos, you've got to start asking questions, right? I'm just raising some concerns here. Anyway, it is the Warriors who have held on, forward pass or not. Watene-Zelezniak did an amazing effort there to get back, and he would have saved the try anyway. Now the Warriors can try and fight back some field position. Up over halfway they go. Big kick. Taken by the Broncos at the back. They're 15 out from their own line. Oh, who is that in back play for the Warriors? Gushing out blood. A head clash with Ezra Mam, whoever it was. That looks like it's Niokore. Hey Mel, just out of curiosity, are you familiar with how the whole YouTube moderation thing works? Or defunk? Somebody, if I give somebody a spanner, can they take care of that for me? Watene-Zelezniak has it back for the Warriors. Taking the ball back towards the halfway line. God, I created an echo for myself. Harris up to halfway. And the Warriors back on the attack. 40 out from the line. Short ball there. The Jazz Tavunga. And they've got themselves back into some good field position here. Barnett with a chip and chase. Tristan Saylor covers it off at the back. And the Broncos have the ball. All right, there we go. Thank you, mate. I will, if you wouldn't mind taking care of that for me. Defunk, good shirt. A dummy and a dart from dummy half for Billy Walters. Marty Tapau takes the fifth and last just outside their own 30. And Ezra Mam has pulled off a 40-20. Has he? Yes, high fives all around. Broncos will get the ball back. (40-20). Ezra Mam, has he swung this contest in his team's favour? That was a big kick. Thanks, mate. Time off here. Wade Egan. Looks like he's copped a blow to the head. Egan's given the all clear. Corey Jensen with the hit up. Here is a big opportunity now for the Broncos. A 6 again, of course. Hetherington. 10 out from the line. It's another set restart. Tapau takes tackle 2. They're just to the left of the post here, the Broncos. Another set restart. Jeez. Madden takes on the line. Big set of 6, this one. Crash ball in front of the post. Some big monster forwards there for the Warriors. Mam in at first receiver. They're all over him. Harris and Barnett. Slow to peel off. It was a dominant tackle, though. Horrible pass there to Tapau. Had to reach back for it. And that kills off any opportunity, that play. Fifth and last for the Broncos. 10 out. Madden puts the grubber kick in. This one will sit up at the back. But the Warriors dive on the loose ball. And it'll be a goal line dropout. Nickel Clockstat was caught out a little bit there. I think defunct partially because I've been very engrossed in this game. I think I've actually called, like legitimately called, and commentated on this game more than any other game in the history of the channel. And when the streamer is unresponsive, as Cobbo bursts through 1, 2, puts the head down and goes for the corner and bounces the ball. This will be no try. I don't think he's got that down, Cobbo. He doesn't seem too confident. Selwyn Cobbo, corn on the Cobbo. He's done extremely well here to bump off 1, to bump off 2. He puts the shoulder in and fights for the corner. I don't think he grounded it. Seeing it live, it seemed like he bounced the ball. He might have even put a foot in touch here, Cobbo. No, he's not put his foot into touch. That's all fine. And he's lost the ball there. Well, the Broncos seem happy about it. They seem to be claiming it. I think there's pretty clear separation there for mine. There's clear separation. This has gone up as no try. So, I don't know. This could be the angle. This could be the one that shows us. And he's lost it. He's lost it. You could not possibly award that. You could not possibly award that. He had his middle finger. His middle finger was the only thing on the ball. So that could not possibly have been awarded. Vobsy, ahoy, mate. Oh, but they're coming back for a penalty to the Broncos. All right, this is officially starting to get ridiculous now. This is just becoming ridiculous. Ludicrous, even. The Broncos lose the ball over the line and the referee will come back for a penalty so they keep the ball. For a shoulder charge. A shoulder charge. This is getting crazy. Oh, the fix is well and truly in. I'm sorry to be a conspiracy theorist, but the fix is in. The Broncos fix. There's a reason I released those penalty Broncos t-shirts. Broncos hot on the attack now. Another full set of 6 on the Warriors line. Can the Warriors defy the odds here? They're now playing against 14 men. Can they defy the odds and hold out the Broncos comeback? Five out from the line here, the Broncos. Crash ball for Willison. And the Warriors hold him up and drive him back. 5th and last. Madden, they've got numbers to the left, but Ezra Mann runs on his own. They get, because they've got a 6 again. Of course they do. Of course they bloody do. No, there was no send-offs, Vobsy. Just a penalty. Just a reason to give the Broncos the ball back, really. Walters from dummy half. 4-0, the second half. Set restarts. Madden to Sailor, who's up in the line. Cut out pass onto the chest of the Big D. And the Big D gets his second. It had to happen. It had to happen for the last 5 minutes of the first half. For the opening 12 minutes of the second half. It's been all Broncos. 16-10 kick to come. The Big D scores his second. "28 minutes to go. Well, yeah, Vobsy, 100%, mate, but I'm trying my best to be impartial. Katoni Stags, 1 from 1 tonight. Of course, this one slightly more difficult from out wide. The crowd boos, trying to put him off. And this one hooks towards the left, hooks away across the face of the post. And it remains 16 points to 10. Whew. Dr. Pooh, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing today? Ollie is the best, ahoy. 27 minutes remain. 6 points the difference. How many more games do I think Reynolds plays before he retires? I honestly reckon, here's a prediction. A prediction of mine. Reynolds will come back from injury right before the finals, right? I reckon he gets injured during the final series and decides to retire. Without any fanfare, he just decides, no, another injury this season. That's many injuries across the course of the past couple of years. I'm just going to tap out. My girlfriend, Jacquela, says ahoy. Ahoy there, Jacquela. As the Broncos riding a massive, massive wave of momentum here. A kick from inside the 40, looking for another 40-20. Doesn't get the angle. And it sits up at the back for Nickel Clockstadt. Ezra Mam has been pretty quiet tonight. He's kicked a good 40-20. But outside of that, he's been pretty quiet. He came up with a huge mistake in the first half. And even though it was not going to be a try anyway, because it was a forward pass, he was run down. And he was run down from behind by Wateni Zalesniak and held up over the try line. Fifth and last here for the Warriors. Harris-Tavita's been taken out after the kick. And that's apparently fine in the second half. No penalty for Harris-Tavita being taken out after the kick, even though we saw that exact penalty in the first half. I'm perfectly fine with those being let go, but they have to all be let go. There was a penalty exactly for that to the Warriors in the first half. They're not getting the penalty in the second half. This is incredible. "25 minutes to go. Broncos struggling to get some meters here on this set. Fifth and last, inside their own 40. Madden gets a good purchase on it, but it's straight down the middle and sliding across the turf on his knees. Nickel Clockstadt takes it. Offloads to Montoya. Montoya puts the foot down. Popsy says Broncos could only afford the ref for one half. I love it. Pompey up towards the halfway line. Damien McWilliams, ahoy mate. Nice. I unfortunately go for the Sharks too. Cheers to disappointment. Whoa! The Warriors just get a set restart and then they lose the ball. The Warriors just had a set restart called. And they spill the ball on tackle one. And did we or did we not last night see the penalty get blown up? We saw a team drop the ball on play one after a set restart last night, and the penalty and advantage was given. Not tonight, though. The Warriors have spilt it. The mistakes are creeping in big time, which is compounding the refereeing. And the Broncos are right on top here. Oh, it was Jackson Ford as well. It was my try scorer. The Warriors have fallen off a cliff here right before our very eyes. Let's face it, they've had some help though. They've had a lot of assistance in doing so. Tapau takes tackle 4 for the Broncos on the attack again, looking to level this game up. Do we have another golden point scenario incoming? Sailor with the grubber kick in. Nickel Clockstadt needs it to sit up. He loses it out the back and over the dead ball line. And this will be a goal line dropout. The Warriors are under the pump big time here. Well, has this come off Katoni Staggs? Seeing the replay, this might have touched Katoni Staggs. And for some reason, Katoni Staggs wants to call a captain's challenge, despite the fact that it was the bunker that just made that decision and overruled the referee in the first place. So I don't know what he hopes to achieve from captain's challenging. Luckily for the Broncos, he's not the captain. Oh, he is the captain. Well, there you go. Katoni Staggs is the captain. I didn't realize that. Well, it's lucky for the Broncos. Time was up. 6 again now for the Warriors. And this time, they hold on to the ball. 40 metres out from the Broncos line. They need a try. They need to wrestle momentum back here, the home side. Well, get yourself prepared for it, Vopsy, is all I can say. Be prepared for it, unfortunately. Prepare yourself now. Have a new TV lined up, just in case. Because it's going to happen. The kick through on tackle 3 from Tamare Martin. Sits up for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. And Tuivasa-Sheck will score a much-needed try for the Warriors. Tamare Martin putting the early kick in, catching everybody by surprise. Tristan Saylor was nowhere in sight for the Broncos at the back. Great vision from Tamare Martin to realise that Tristan Saylor was caught out of position, and a perfectly weighted kick pops up perfectly for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Try confirmed, and that was a crucial hit back for the Warriors. That is perhaps the most crucial try they've scored all season. 20 points to 10, the conversion to come. Quick break for myself. Conversion successful from Adam Pompey. 22 points to 10. Still 20 minutes to go. So there's plenty of time. Dr. Pooh says, sell Sean Johnson now. Well, it's pretty clear for the Warriors. They don't need Sean Johnson. This kickoff bounces towards the sideline, and the Warriors do extremely well to keep it in the field of play. Witeni Zalesniak has it. 19 minutes 30 to go. Tamare Martin has proved to be quite the revelation, hasn't he? For the Warriors, a great young half coming through. And he has had another great game tonight. Kurt Capewell up to the 40-metre line on tackle 4. Fifth and last on halfway. Here is Martin, puts the kick in. Taken on the full at the back by Staggs. And the Warriors are on top of him. Yeah, 100% Vopsy. We were talking in the pregame about how the Warriors are 4-0. The Warriors are 4-0, backing up after a 50 or more point shellacking the previous week. Undefeated in 4 games after being pumped by 50 or more the following week, which I think is incredible. They're the bounce-back kings. Nico Klokstad picks it up in the end goal. He's got a lot of work to do. Steps past a couple of Broncos and dives back into the field of play. And now they spread it wide early. Capewell gets on the outside of Willison and Madden. Oh, bloody Sean Johnson. Look at what Matt Moylan's doing. You know, do you understand Matt Moylan? Matthew freaking Moylan is one of the standout players, or was one of the standout players for Super League this season. I've seen the highlights. And just gone, why couldn't the son of a bitch have done this at the Sharks? Says, this kick needs to sit up in the end goal, and it doesn't. It dribbles dead. from Harris-Tavita, and this will be a 7-tackle set for the Broncos. 7-tackle set could take them all the way down the other end and in attacking position. So I feel like Sean Johnson, yes, Fopsy, would be exactly the same. A standout player over there in the Super League. I'm just blown away by some of the highlights of Matt Moylan in the Super League. Don't forget, Waste the World of Sports, Knights and Eels coming up later today. And Storm Raiders, the remaining games for the afternoon. It is the Broncos, though. Cobbo again, ferocious in attack, bumps off 2 tackles. It's the third, and they're over halfway. Tapau puts the head down, 40 metres out from the Warriors' line. 16 and a half minutes to go. 12 points the difference. Ezra Mam kicks on tackle 4. And they've made a mess of it at the back here, the Warriors. And the Broncos will get the ball back. Oh, will they? Yes, they will. Nickel Klogstad spills it forward. Which stadium is better, asks Champion. KO or Win? Which one's Win Stadium? Oh, the one in Wollongong. I don't really know. I've not been to either of them, to be honest. The Broncos spill it on tackle 1, but it's a penalty. Of course it's a penalty. Of course it's a penalty. The Broncos lose it on play 1. And it's a penalty for high contact. Let's have a look. Was it actually high? Well, yes, it was. Hetherington was falling into the tackle. And that's Jackson Ford's second high shot penalty. As Mitch Barnett ready to come back onto the field, it looks like Jackson Ford might have let me down tonight. I chucked him in my same-game multi, but I feel like he's going to let me down. That's Willison. Bulldozers straight over the top of 2 Warriors defenders. Big Xavier Willison reaches out, plants the ball down beside the posts, and it's 22 points to 14. Xavier Willison just charges over the top of Wade Egan. And at that point, too much momentum for the big man. Reaches out, plants it down beside the posts. And the Broncos are about to be back to within a converted try. "14 minutes to play. Broncos have had all the momentum in the second half. Stags puts it over, 22 points to 16. Oh, that's all right, Defunct mate. You can never have too much help if you're happy to keep it. I don't really mind either way. There was one person though, Hamish McKenzie, the guardian of the couch, who helped me out one day, but then very specifically said, "No, take it away from me. I don't want that responsibility." Well, there's no responsibility because I have no expectations. But yeah, my theory with live streaming has long been there's no such thing as too much help. You never know, just in case. We might get another Saturday afternoon scenario where it's pretty quiet and somebody comes in and You just never know. I don't mind either way. I'd give you all spinners if I thought that wouldn't be the most ridiculous thing to do ever. Yeah, I think that makes sense. 13 minutes to play. The Broncos here up over halfway again on the fifth and last. Ezra Mam out to Stags. Cobbo throws it behind the line. And that's a little bit of a let-off here for the Warriors. They've been under the pump here in the second half. Barnett offloads. Back to Lussick. Lussick's on the field. I'll do it on the DL. I'll do it on the DL knee crumbler because I don't. As much as I've just said what I've said, I also don't want to start a barrage of. Oh, he's giving them away. So I'll do it. Christ, I'll do it quietly. We'll do it on the down low. The kick for Watene-Zelezniak, who's flying through the air like Super Soul Glow. Oh, you were only joking? Well, God damn it, I gave it to you. Son of a bitch. Oh, well, you're stuck with it now. Cheers. I was more than happy to give you one. I just didn't want to start a horrible precedent. The kick to the corner, and Super Soul Glow has gone flying through for another tick on the multi. Another tick on the multi, and a guaranteed cashback now in the form of a bonus bet because we've got 2 legs down. 11 minutes for Jackson Ford to get across the try line. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm very happy with Watene-Zelezniak over. And that is at least guaranteed my money back. They're offering me 10 cents cash out. Cody Mason, ahoy, mate. AFBOCC says Broncos defense terrible today. Today? No, actually, the Broncos are generally pretty solid in defense, aren't they? In fairness. Colt Tech says bet 10K on the Kiwis. You did? Nice. Yeah, I've been pretty confident since Wednesday that they would win. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Has he scored it? Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Has it been confirmed? Has the try been confirmed? I've been too busy gas bagging. Yes, try confirm now. All right, that's 2 legs off the multi. We've got 10.5 minutes for Jackson Ford to score. How good was that coming to America? Sexual chocolate. From the sideline, Adam Pompey, his most difficult kick of the evening. It's pushed past the near upright. It doesn't hook back. And it's 26 points to 16 with 10 minutes to go. Two legs of the multi done. Let's see, have they upgraded my cash out? They've upgraded it to $4.68. Well, considering I'm getting a guaranteed return of $10 in the form of a bonus bet because only one leg is failing, I will let that one ride. Broncos with the restart. Warriors let it bounce, but it pops up nicely. $10 minutes to go. Only 10 points the difference. Jackson Ford, is he still out there? There's Barnett. Oh, yeah, there is Jackson Ford. Up the middle goes Dylan Walker. And over halfway go the Warriors. Nine and a half minutes remain. Harris-Tavita from halfway puts the kick up to the corner. Taken under no pressure at the back there, the big D. Chris Webb, ahoy. No, that was a try, James. I needed it for my multi, so it was a try. I don't care. It makes up for the blatant try that was overturned in the first half. For the obstruction call. Forward pass from dummy half. They get away with it, the Broncos, and a forward pass now from Staggs out to Merida. And they get away with that one too. No, they don't. That one's actually called. Finally, a forward pass is pinged. And the Warriors well on top now. Remixes for DJs. Ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. Simon Vidal says Warriors 13 plus. Well, if they score another try, hopefully through Jackson Ford. That's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for Tamare Martin slightly running the angle across the face of the post, linking up with Jackson Ford off the hip. Let's see if the Warriors can get themselves in position. They haven't, since Jackson Ford's been on the field, the Warriors haven't really ever been close to the try line to even run that play. And there is Jackson Ford. Going close. Close but no cigar. Through the hands now. There is Tamare Martin running across the face of the post. Sky thinks I went with the Warriors on this one. With 7.5 remaining. Walker puts the head down. Dylan Walker goes close. Barnett gets it back to Lussick, and Lussick scores. Freddie Lussick scores. And the Warriors have surely now done enough to get the victory. Surely that's got them through. 30 points to 16. The kick to come from right beside the post. And that will surely be enough. Oh. All sorted, Skyfinks. $30 points to 16. A simple 2 points on their way for this conversion. Six minutes remaining. Whoa. Adam Pompey misses the conversion. Oh, geez, Michelle's gone all out on a multi for Sunday. The Roosters versus the Tigers. Roosters head-to-head. Jareem Buller, anytime try scorer. Terrell May, anytime try scorer. Dominic Young to score 3 or more tries. And Sam Walker to score 12-plus points. Wow, that's an ambitious multi. Dominic Young for a hat-trick, eh? I'm anticipating the Roosters to do a little bit more damage all across the park rather than just down Dominic Young's edge. Colt Tech says, I'm betting on Eels. Me too, Colt Tech. Me too. Mitchell Moses is going to be just riding an absolute wave of momentum after his standout performance. State of Origin number 2. Still 5 minutes to go in this one, though. And it is the Warriors who have done the job here on the Broncos at home, keeping a perfect record. 5 wins, 0 losses when coming off the back of an absolute pumping by 50 or more points the week before. The Warriors. I mean, that you don't want the record of being thumped by 50 points, but the fact that they bounce back 100% of the time is something to behold, really. It's shocking that they put themselves in these positions where they do get beaten by 50, but 100% bounce back rate. That's insane. 30-16. And with 4 minutes to go, a huge hit put on Hetherington. They're not done yet, the Warriors. They might be after some more points. They maybe want some more points here. Damien McWilliams says Queensland flogged again. Warriors have the ball back. 3.5 minutes to go. And a penalty to the Warriors. 3 minutes for Jackson Ford to get a try. Is it possible? Well, this penalty will certainly help. They can put this down. They can put this down into Broncos territory. Katoni Staggs is on report for that one. Jazz Tavanga with the hit up. 20 out from the line here. There is Jackson Ford. Oh, come on, big fella. 10 out from the line. This is probably the best opportunity for Jackson Ford to get that last tick off my multi. Walker in at first receiver. Change of direction to Martin. And there it is, near Corday. Half a metre out on tackle 3. Where's Ford? Where's the crash ball? Walker holds on to it. Switches back to the far side. Martin throws a cutout pass. Tuivasa-Sheck had to drop to catch it. Still got a couple of tackles up their sleeve here, the Warriors. Here's Ford. He'll just set things up for tackle 5. 10 metres out from the line. They want more points, the Warriors. Walker puts the grubber kick in. Played up by the Broncos. It's loose out the back. And Saylor is driven back into the end goal. Tristan Saylor driven back into the end goal. Broncos with the short restart. Warriors have it though. No, yes, penalty. Ezra Mam gives away a penalty. Ezra Mam is fired up. Blocker Roach says don't rub his head or you'll get sent to the bin. Inside the final minute of this game. And they're going to take the 2 here, the cheeky buggers. Inside the last minute, Harris-Tavita will have a crack at 2 more points. Well, what's the point of that? Remixes for DJs says was supposed to watch the highlights on TV in 12 minutes, but couldn't wait. My partner is a Broncos fan. He has told me Broncos is playing. They're baby Broncos players. That's why Warriors are winning. Yeah, well, the Broncos are missing Pat Carrigan. Adam Reynolds is obviously still out injured. Payne Haas. Harris-Tavita takes the 2 points. 32 points to 16. The Warriors victorious. Victorious. All right. We'll have a quick break, and I'll be back to wrap up this game right after this. All right, Wasted World of Sports. Full-time siren has sounded here. And it is the Warriors with a big victory. 32 points to 16 over the Broncos. I tipped the Warriors, so I'm pretty happy about it. We only missed out on the same game multi by Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford was an ambitious inclusion into the same game multi right from the start, but it's okay, because if any one leg failed, I get the money back in the form of a bonus bet. So that's exactly what has transpired there. So I will be able to now throw a multi down for the game coming up next, which is Knights Eels, coming up in about half hour here on the Wasted World of Sports. So I thank you very much for your company for this one. And I'll see you in about half an hour for Eels versus the Knights. Where I've gone for the Eels, by the way, if anyone's curious. Gone for the Eels in that one. So we'll see. We got this one correct. Warriors over the Broncos. They had to fight hard for it in certain periods there. They started strong, the Warriors, and then the Broncos got themselves back into the game. And then the Warriors ran over the top of them at the end. We've got Eels, Knights coming up next in about half hour's time right here on the channel. Thank you so much for your company. As always, very much appreciated. And I'll see you in about half hour. Cheers.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Whoa, 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 whoa. But we're here for the jokes and tank pads last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
The wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.